So I'm really starting to fall in love with Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell's victory locker room speeches because we've had a lot of them. They're just all we do is win, 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 and give speeches. He's been doing really good, and you just get fired up. Where you can tell that Kevin O'Connell, like, he's very genuine. He's a good public speaker, and like he relates to the players because he's not too far removed from being a player. You know, he's only 36, 37 years old, and you can tell why this team loves playing together this season. You can tell why they love Kevin O'Connell. You can tell why they just enjoy being part of this team, beyond the winning, but I think that the culture that O'Connell and Kwesi have put together, it's just really, really good. And O'Connell addressed the team after yet another single score win against the Jets, 27-22. And this is what he said, quote, "By no means was that our best day, but I'll tell you what I felt each and every time adversity hits. I felt you guys come together even closer and even closer, and you know what that normally entails? Situational football." And the Vikings have had a ton of experience this year where the chips are down, and maybe you've blown a lead, maybe you're coming all the way back, maybe things aren't really going your way that day, but they kept grinding. And especially like the Bills game, especially the Lions game week 3, where hey, I mean, we're down double digits, no factor. However we got here, it doesn't matter. What can we do on this play to make some positive momentum? And then this play brings us to the next play and the next play. Then we have a good drive, and then we score, and then guess what? We're back in this thing. And you can tell on the sidelines, body language police, where you look around the league, and some teams, when they get punched in the mouth, they got the slumped shoulders. There's some arguing and some cantankerousness on the sidelines. There's some finger pointing. Now with the Vikings, right, there's just a calm. And I do think that there is a lot of value in being in these situations where you're playing these tight one-score games. I mean, the Vikings are 9-0 in single-score games this season, which is insane. Absolutely insane. But yes, it does come down to situational football. It does come down to game management. It does know understanding what your job is on this play, just not giving up an easy touchdown or going out and getting some points. And the Vikings, situational football wise, I mean, they've absolutely taken it to this level this year. On the day, our defense held them to 19%, 3-16 on third down, and 1-6 in the red zone. Give it up for the defense. Now, obviously, we've had our issues with Ed Donatel, and the Jets putting up 486 yards of offense is certainly unacceptable. And yes, if you're 3-16 on third down and also 1-6 in the red zone, generally you're going to win. But the question is, why was there 6 red zone trips? Can we bring that down a skosh, right? So just the soft coverage was back. They weren't getting pressure at times. Mike White was able to have dinner back there and be able to pick them apart. Also, the open field tackling does need a lot of work, but when they needed a big-time play, they got it. And yes, I mean, Kevin O'Connell's offense and Kirk Cousins' offense, like, kind of put the defense's ass in a sling, especially that third quarter when they were constantly on the field. And offensively, we knew it was going to be a grind. That's what that side of the ball does. We did not turn the ball over, and we went 50% on third down. They went 9 of 18, and 3 of 3 in the red zone. Give it up for yourselves. And absolutely, like, if you do that, if you're 50% on third down, if you're perfect in the red zone, and you put up 27 points against the Jets, one of the best defenses in the NFL, and especially one of the best secondaries, I mean, it's amazing. Even though the Vikings had a lull in that third quarter, I mean, they got it done. 20 points in the first half, game-winning drive when you needed it late in the game. They got it, man. Defensively, every single week is the goal, plus 2 turnovers. So 0 turnovers for the offense, and then you got 2 interceptions for the defense, and that's why the Vikings have been winning. Where it's not the they don't gain another yard type. Remember the Titans defense. It's, hey, we're going to be opportunistic. We're going to try and get some sacks. We're going to get some pressures. We're going to cause an errant throw. We're going to get some turnovers. That's how the defense has been surviving this season. Then he continued. Anytime in this league, well, first off, he gave a game ball to Dalvin Cook, which I love that the first thing that Dalvin did is he handed it to Bradbury in the offensive line. Apparently that's what he does every single time. And also got a game ball to Cam Beasley. our guy. But O'Connell continued, anytime in this league you get to 10 wins, no matter the grind, no matter what it takes, we find a way. Anytime you get to 10 wins in this league, you give it up for yourselves. You give it up for what you guys are doing. And that's true. Like, even with a 17-game season, double-digit wins is certainly an accomplishment. It means that you're probably going to be set up to be competitive in your division. You're going to be set up to get into the playoffs. And get in the tournament, anything can happen. The fact that they're doing this after week 13 feels pretty good. It does. We put in the work. We continue to do what you guys have done all season. Come together, prepare, and show up with confidence to go win a football game. We're going to be just fine. I promise you that. I'm so proud of you guys. I love everybody in this room. Let's go back to work this week and go for number 11. And, I mean, the locker room's fired up. I mean, obviously, so much so after a win. But I'm almost thankful that the game ended up the way that it did, because the Vikings are still going to be hungry, because you know that O'Connell and the coaching staff and the players are just going to be pissed off. It's like, hey, we should have won this game 40-3. But we didn't. It was a near-run thing, but we made some plays at the end on both sides of the ball, and it was good to get a win. But you know that all the fans are sort of irritated. You know, like, obviously you don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, and 10-2 is 10-2, but we're just waiting for that blowout game where the Vikings are the ones doing the blowing out versus the other way around, right? And you know that everyone in that building is waiting for it too. Like, whether it's the Lions game coming up, whether it's the Colts, whether it's the Giants. I mean, the Vikings just want to put a 50 burger up on someone. They're waiting. They're just waiting. I can't wait to see until it all comes together and clicks. But yeah, you can very easily see why players are buying into this culture, why there's so many good vibes going around. And I don't think that it's a coincidence that the Vikings are fighting through adversity, finding ways to win these close games, sticking together, and I'm just happy. I'm just happy that this is going to be the culture going forward. Expectations aren't going to be raised, yes, but we're just enjoying things right now. One game at a time. Let's get to 11-2. But your thoughts are thoughts. Reaction to Kevin O'Connell's post-game locker room speech after the win against the Jets. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts and his thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.